Good day. This is part 2 on Data Explorer. So I wanted to show you how to look at lot results for that. And there again, in my previous one, I showed you how to find Data Explorer. And don't forget there's recents here. And so if you've used it in the past, you can find the 10 most recent things you've done. And so I'm going to look at lot results in Data Explorer. And so this will allow you to pull all of the data for a particular lot as much as you'd like. And again, this is a locked report, so please don't play with any of the menu items. Don't save anything or anything like that. I don't want you to corrupt this. This is not, like I said, this is for kind of super users, and I've created these locked reports for some of the folks to get in there. If you're not comfortable with it, ask for some help and get some training. And again, don't save anything at this point. So we're going to run the query, and at this point it's going to ask us for at least 3 digits of the SAP batch number. And in this case, I am going to put in more than that. I'm going to put in the batch for, I think this is IA, and run this. It's going to take a minute because there's a lot of data. And so what this has given me is all of the data for the master batch 8530, and then wildcard on 1V-1-2. So -1 again is typically the pools, -2 is typically the vials or finished product. That's dependent on when QA creates the lot in the order in which they create them. So if they don't create them in the right order, then they might be misnumbered. And so what this is giving you is, for that master lot, all of the data across, basically that's been entered in LIMS. And so we've got the LIMS lot number, the product number, or the item code, the SAP item code, again, the SAP batch number, the description, and this is talking about results. So now we go into sample number, the stage, or I'm sorry, the analysis that we're running. Sometimes these are a little cryptic. Reported name is actually the component. So in this case, we're looking at bioburden, and so there's a lot of different things for bioburden, colony count, and so forth. Let me scroll down to where we've got some actual tests here. So we can see sodium DXE, and the component is sodium, and the result. So the result is the entry. So this is what was entered. Units is the unit name in LIMS, which doesn't quite show it exactly how it would appear in the report, but you get the idea that that's millimoles per liter, so it should be pretty obvious. If it has a specification, you'll see the min and max. And this is just telling you, is it in spec or not? So if you want to do a quick filter on true or false for this. Status is A is accepted, X is canceled, M would be modified, and N would be not entered. So most of these should all say either A or X if the lot's complete. Here's the stage, and again, stages are going to be maybe a little cryptic because they are going to show the stage file name or record name. I'm trying to find something that's like a MP. Here we go. So it may be a little cryptic where step 13s run together and then underscore baseline and stuff like that, but you'll get the idea. It's pretty straightforward. And if you're used to looking in LIMS, you're used to seeing that. And then entered on. So this is the date in which it was, in which this entry was recorded. All right. And now, so this is all of the lots and all of the levels in process finished product for this particular batch of immunoassay. And to export this, we need to go up here to results, send to Excel. Okay, now this is the tricky part. There's a couple tricky parts here. Notice that this is going to LW7 prod client. Do not save there. That you will never be able to get to that. I have created a quick access link to this folder called limbs. Now I believe this is by individual, so you'll have to do this. But what you want to do is navigate to the group's share drive on Irvine Common, and then limbs, and then these subfolders. This is where I would like to see everybody save their limbs documents. Just one convenient location. Of course, you can drill into wherever you want to go, but do not save it on the client directory. Like I said, you'll never get to it, and you'll lose it. So I like to use downloads because it's a download from here. And now the next step here is do not erase this CSV. I think possibly, now that's just telling you the text files. And now I erase the CSV. If you erase the CSV, it's not going to save correctly. So you definitely want to keep that .csv file so that you will be able to open it later. I haven't tried what happens if you don't save it with the .csv, and if you can get it back by adding it. But this is the way you want to do it, is just erase that wildcard asterisk, and this is going to be our IA lot 85300. Okay, I probably have this in here already. No, I don't. And so we'll say open, and now it has saved it. I believe you'll get this text file, which you could copy and paste into Excel and then delimit it and all of that, but that's no fun. Okay. So at this point, you can navigate to that folder, and there again, I have quick access to this. And there it is. And so if you click on it, notice it's got the CSV file, and of course it's going to open in my other screen. If it will open. And so now we've got all the data. And so I always like to make this bold and make sure I freeze the top pane, and then make sure that I put in the filters, and then lastly make sure I set all of the widths so that they're visible. So if you do the filter first, then it will allow space for the little arrow down. I found that out. So now we have all of the data, and so we can see, did anything fail? So we don't, oh, I'm sorry, that's status. We're going to look at primary spec. Did anything fail? Ooh, we did get something that failed. And so now you can filter on that and see what failed. And so this allows you to export all the data after a product's been run and view it. You want to make sure that you go back and save as an Excel workbook. so that you can have all of the features instead of having it as just a text file. But that is basically how you can use Data Explorer to export the lot results. And when you run this, you can get more specific. I showed you previously how to look up the lot numbers. And so you can get as specific as just this one lot and put in the whole lot name to just look at this rework lot, for example. So that is how to use Data Explorer and export it to Excel and get it to the right location. Important. All right. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like to know, and I will certainly try to help you out with that.